Heed well, listeners, for this world is darkness and pain. From the ice-capped mountains of Jotunheim to the untamed steppes in all their wild splendor. From shrouded Ophir, where dark creatures perform darker rites, to civilized lands like Argos and Zamar, where humans seek diversions, while their petty rulers wage endless war upon one another. The Stygian blackness of night encroaches from all sides, but some there are who stand against it. For revenge, for power, for bloodlust, or for principle. They bring their steel against this world. Throck of the wild barbarians, Arven of the Shadar Kai, Darrow the Faceless One, and Raylan, the Promised One, Herald of Zalios. Against all they survey, these four will prevail. Or they will perish.
Hello, and welcome to Shadows of Archonia, our weekly 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons game. I am Steve Boshear. I will be your dungeon master for the evening.
And I'm Joshua, and I'll be playing Throck.
Which is... Wait, are we doing the...
Classes.
Oh.
Classes.
Yeah, yeah, we're doing that. Okay. Changing it up.
Which is level something barbarian and a something fighter. And he's an man.
That's what he looks like. All right.
Counting his
Raylan playing level 8 sorcerer. Fallen Asmar?
Yes.
Azamar?
Asmar.
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 I'm not actually sure which is the correct one.
Well, I mean, with 2 A's, I imagine is ah.
Jamie Crawford, I know you're watching. Tell us.
He can't tell us. He only speaks in tweet.
Azamar.
Well, boo.
Carolynn playing... What am I playing? I'm playing Oven, who's a level 8 Shatterkai Druid.
Wait, again, Oven came out too small. I'm going to fix it this time. Okay. Here she is.
She's so pretty.
She is.
With all her skullness. And...
Yes.
Yeah.
Gothy girlfriend.
All right. And our last person?
I'm Matt, and I'm playing Darrow, who is a changeling level 5 rogue and recently level 3 paladin.
Woohoo!
He changed his ways.
Yeah, he did. Not really, though. Oh, wait, I forgot to put up the Darrow thing because I was so busy working on the Oven thing. There's Darrow, and now someone tell me why Carolynn is in the wrong place.
Am I?
Yeah, you have moved over and are not blocking. There we go.
Well, that's unfortunate.
It's not your doing. All right, so that's our players. Thank you, everyone, for joining us here on our awesome stream of awesomeness. If you have watched our game before, you know that we make heavy use of a third-party 5th edition supplement known as the Dark Arts Player's Companion. It's by a Reddit user named Jonoman3000, and you can find it online for free in PDF form. It is a great little supplement with new races for the player characters, new subclasses for every class in the game, new spells, new monsters, by, like I said, our Reddit username Gentleman3000, who has lots of other content out there for 5th edition. Look him up. Give him some Patreon support if you choose. He provides all this stuff for free, just as many, many other wonderful homebrew creators do. But in this case, the Dark Arts Player's Companion, 3 of our 4 players here on the show make use of it because we love it a lot.
Facts.
If you've been watching from the beginning of the stream, you saw our introduction video that had music by J-Man at OurMusicBox, who recently reappeared after like 3 years of silence. He has a YouTube channel called OurMusicBox where he has hundreds and hundreds of music selections that you can use for free in your creative endeavors at the cost of crediting J-Man. So check it out. We very much appreciate his existence and his work. You also heard the voice of Alexander George M.S., a good friend of the show, who volunteered to do that excellent narration for us. And you saw the artwork by yours truly. I do 3D digital art character portraits for Dungeons and Dragons and other role-playing games. If you liked what you saw in that intro, would like to see more of it, and would like your character or your party rendered in my style, hit me up. I am on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram as Mighty Works Character Portraits, or on ArtStation under my real name, Steve Boshear. You can find links to all of these things, as well as our fabulous Discord community, in the details and descriptions below the video. If you are watching us live, then you are watching us on Twitch at 8:30 Pacific Standard Time on a Friday night. If you are watching a back episode, you're probably on YouTube, where I can't give you a link because we actually don't have a custom URL yet, but we're getting closer every day. Yeah.
Are we?
Maybe. I told some people to subscribe today.
Do it.
Yeah. So
That's
anyway,
how we roll.
yeah, that's how we roll. Correct. So that's it for the announcements. Oh, no, it isn't. We have extra announcements today. Hello, Palladian Rebel. Thank you for joining us. Tonight is our final Archonia game for about a month. We are still going to be streaming on Friday nights, but Matt is going to be out for about 4 weeks. Joshua is going to be missing next week. Carolynn's going to be missing in about 3 weeks. So we've decided to take a break from our main campaign and do a series of one-shots. We have a few different things planned. Starting next week, we will have a one-shot GM'd by the fabulous Brian Crenshaw, who is a tabletop RPG writer, and he will be running us through a scenario in his own game, Survive the Night, which none of us have ever played before, but he is gonna help us do that. I'm not sure who's gonna be with us. I know Joshua won't. Matt may be, depending on his availability, where he is. Sarah's gonna join us for that, but I believe Carolynn, Alan, and myself will definitely be playing in that one. And then in the subsequent weeks, we will announce the schedule as it comes. So that's it. Anybody else have anything to say before we get started?
Applesauce.
So noted.
I was gonna say hippopotamus, but she beat me to the random word.
Yeah, I feel that she had a better one.
She's already got that one in the back pocket, probably.
I do like hippopotamus, though. It's a good word.
Yeah, you're not wrong. So, last time on Shadows of Archonia, after learning that Throck was the heir to all the worldly possessions of Nimir, the last king of the giants, you further learned that all those possessions were in Nimir's sky palace in the clouds, which you can't possibly reach without the help of the remaining giants. And they declined to help you unless you first helped them with their lycanthropy problem. Well, you tracked down the source of the lycanthropy. It turned out to be a cave with an opening too small for giants to enter. And once in that cave, having defeated a few were-things, a were-bat and a were-boar and some werewolves, you next
Some of which were us.
Yes, that's right. The aura of the place drove a couple of your own party members mad. Joshua's video just constantly bumping around, and I don't know why.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's only you.
It's party mode.
Is it on party mode?
Yeah. It is. Yeah, it probably is on party mode.
Yeah, I don't know what the deal is. You're all set.
Sorry
You all have
about
the
that.
same settings. I don't know. Whatever. Anyway, you found in the cave that the source of the lycanthropy curse was an ancient Minotaur warrior by the name of Born, who Radomir Utgast, the echo of an ancient wizard who lives in Raylan's head, recognized as one of the most terrifying warriors of the First Age. Rod told you to run, but just about then, the entrance caved in. Go figure. And you were forced to fight Born. Fortunately, you were powerful enough to overcome him. A couple of you nearly fell, but you all survived, and Born did not. After you slew him, his remains aged at such a rapid pace that his bones became fossilized before your eyes. But Throck took off of that corpse a belt of hill giant strength, completing his set of weapons and gear and activating the Hammer of Thunderbolts to its full power. Because Born, as it turns out, was the warrior who carried all of Throck's gear in the First Age. So, you guys are hurt, tired, I imagine quite cranky, pretty cold, and trapped.
And trapped. But mostly cold.
What happens next?
So we just buried him, right? That's where we left off.
Correct.
Yep.
You guys chose to
Okay.
bury the
Yeah.
fossil.
Yeah, we did.
Raylan
Seems
did
like he deserved it.
Raylan did a death touch on him and got a memory of him standing next to a demon lord looking out over a hellscape labyrinth and being told that he was doing well.
But the way in got blocked off, right?
Correct.
Yes.
I'm gonna go over and start looking at the cave-in and looking at how screwed we are.
Okay. One more, please.
Perception or anything, or just dig around?
Did the place we came in, was it like a long hallway or something? I can't remember.
You came in from a clearing in the woods, and it was like not super long, but it was a tunnel that was big enough for you guys to get through, but too small for the giants, which is why they needed your help in the first place. And is also why this is the only place where you fought were people without any of them being were giants.
right, well,
so how
yeah.
screwed are we? What does it look like, Steve? The cave-in.
You guys, so far, you came in from there, and that's where the cave-in is. And as of yet, you have not moved past this side of the cave. The whole other side over here, you've never been to.
Yeah.
Well, while you're,
checking out- Yeah.
I was gonna say while Daro's checking that out, Raylan's gonna go to the side and see what's on the other side.
And Throck's going around
Little
the other way.
Squishy for that.
You see more cave. However, there is this area here, which is open on one side. And judging by the way things have been brushed around and dug out in there, it looks like this is probably where Bourne was, shall we say, living, even though the living isn't exactly what he was doing.
Unliving.
Unliving. And Raylan, as you get closer to this area, you start to feel an intense negative energy coming off of it. And I'm going to need you to do a sanity check.
Oh God.
Sanity checks are always
sanity
fun.
check.
You have inspiration. Don't forget.
Yeah, you do.
All right, sanity. That might be good. 15.
Okay, you pass.
Congratulations.
Okay.
It's a first.
It is. Okay, that didn't help.
I'm over by the entrance, and I am looking at the cave-in, and I turn around to tell people how bad it is, and there's no one there. So I'm gonna start walking towards them as well.
You're walking towards who?
I'm gonna walk around towards Throck on that side.
Okay.
That's the familiar side.
Okay, wait. Real quick question. I still have how many wolves?
3.
Excellent. If those 3 would be so kind as to come to me.
Okay.
Come to me, my pretties.
You had like a half of a hit point or whatever. There they are. Your shadow, Daro, is, I think you can see him standing there. Near Oven.
You can just chill.
And then Daro, you're going around with Throck. So, Daro and Throck, as you guys approach, you are also going to have to make the sanity check.
Okay.
For some reason, I feel like I'm gonna fail it.
Please don't fail it.
Oh, maybe not. 11.
Failed.
8.
Extra failed. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to start counting.
I didn't fail it, Carolyn.
I'm going to start counting cards. This one will be for Matt. Tell me when to stop.
Oh, we haven't used the cards in a while.
Now.
This one's not appropriate. It says, there is something swimming in the darkness of his eyes. It moves when the light hits his eyes just right. I'm going to say this applies to Throck. It is Throck's eyes that you are sensing something in. Something moving in him, inside his eyes.
Oh, whenever I see his eyes and the light hits him,
Yep.
I see.
Something is
I'm
moving.
gonna I'm
Something
gonna walk closer to Throck,
swimming.
and I'm gonna lean to one side and look in your eyes, and I think are you feeling okay? I think I saw something in you.
Throck, your turn. Tell me when to stop.
Yeah, that's good.
He's like, whatever.
You feel something moving in your teeth for just a brief moment, like there were some sort of mollusk, or like your teeth were some sort of mollusk or oyster, and the meat in the center decides to squirm about.
I feel like that would not be unusual for Throck to have something moving in his teeth.
No, inside the teeth.
Oh.
I mean, well, now that you mention it, Dar, it's there's something a little got something. It's kind of.
Are we gonna have to kill you again?
I don't know. Not
You
sure.
feeling all right?
Again.
Well, we've knocked him out before. Being possessed.
Oven, you have not yet gotten close enough. What will you
And
do?
I am staying put. As a matter of fact, I'm going to have one wolf in front of me. And just out of curiosity, where I'm at, does that lead further into the cave? Is that a pathway?
No. The tile that I'm using here is built with an opening there, but there is no opening there. It is just a ring, basically.
Great. So, in fact, what I'll do is just have the 3 wolves kind of in a semicircle in front of me, blocking both entrances to where I am.
Like that?
You're so defensive.
Yeah, I am. Because I have 16 hit points and like 3 level 1 spell slots.
I remind you, you are not aware of what your companions have just experienced.
I know.
Okay.
But I am aware that
She
this
likes
cave
to
is
metagame.
not great.
Throck. I think. Can I try something? It's creeping me out, man. I just go and I punch Throck in the face.
Yeah, all right.
Of course you are.
Psych him up.
Roll. No, wait. Throck, are you going to let him hit you?
I'm gonna hang on. Can we do an initiative to see if I see it coming or something?
Do initiative. That's good.
Something like that. Just because.
16 initiative and 17 to hit.
Well, I'm gonna actually try to catch his hand because I got a nat 20.
Whoa.
Initiative, so 22
Whoa.
for initiative.
So, Daro, you haul back to try and slam your fist into Throck's face, and Throck just goes and blocks you.
He did an initiative roll, right? Or does he have to?
Yeah, the initiative was just our shorthand for did he see it coming.
Okay.
So, yeah. I guess what we should have done was an attack roll, but whatever.
I did.
Oh, he did. Yeah, he did. So he actually hit. Yeah.
Oh, I missed
He
that.
did, even
Okay.
though- so, but
So yeah.
it was a question of whether I was going to let him or not. Yeah, I was going to let him, but
Okay.
He hit your hand. There you go.
Yeah. So you either let him hit you or not. Yeah.
It's only 1 damage, so I mean.
Yeah, it's an unarmed strike. So
yeah, it's fine.
yeah.
Did it fix it?
No. In fact, the thing swimming in his eyes is angrier now.
I don't know what to do.
It's moving faster. You're pretty sure.
I thought Erie's gone, right?
You have not heard Erie's voice since you were in the council chamber.
Yeah, I think. I haven't heard her anyway. Why, do you see her? You hear her?
I see
Can
something.
you hear?
No.
Huh. You see something.
Maybe I need to, and I pull out a knife. Maybe I just need to, like, and I hold it toward your face. No, maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe that's too much. It's just creeping me out.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm just gonna walk behind you, just in case.
Yeah, okay.
All right. Where are you guys walking to?
I guess over to where is it Zalios now or Raylan?
Raylan.
Over to where Raylan is.
Okay. Raylan, while they've been doing this, you've been hearing the voice of Radomir Utgast in your head.
Mm-hmm.
He's saying, Raylan, be careful, but try to get closer to that patch of ground where the creature dug.
Okay. So Raylan gets closer.
When you look in, it's almost like a little crater that Born dug out with his hooves, like a little nest for himself to sleep in. And looking down into it, you see that the ground is almost like the road on a super hot day when the heat lines are making it kind of wavy.
Mm-hmm.
That's what the ground looks like. Like it's shimmering, moving. When you really focus your eyes, it's not there, but out of the corner of your eye, you see this shimmer, like this waviness to the ground, as though there's just a invisible power emanating from it. And Radomir Utgast says in your head, This is what I was afraid of. You see, that creature Born, he struggled all his life to contain his feral primal nature. It's a struggle that was common to minotaurs when they walked the earth, but Born had a particular trouble with it. He had a hard time keeping his feral self constrained by his sentient mind. This also describes a lycanthrope. And I believe when we first saw Born, it occurred to me that if a shard of chaotic energy were to interact with the bones of a creature like Born, it might well have the effect we witnessed of spreading his curse to others. Born was not a lycanthrope, but the lycanthrope's very nature would be akin to Born. I believe that when you slew the Minotaur again, you released from his body the raw energy of chaos that awakened him in the first place. And now here it sits in the ground, ready to curse someone else.
Do I still have the curse?
I can see the black lycanthrope curse that infected us fading even as we speak, but that lycanthropy curse was the result of Born being infected with this chaos. The chaos energy now seeks new havoc to wreak on the world. You must not touch it, Raylan.
Okay.
I can tell him that.
Is there any kind of like
Can I walk up and like go to touch it? Oh, what is that?
Are you going to stop him?
Well, yeah. Before he touches it, really, we'll obviously tell him what's going on.
Okay.
Like, no. This is the energy that probably came about to make the lycanthropes happen. Ryan says. So we have to make sure that this chaos doesn't go out again.
Raylan,
So we
Go ahead.
also inside of you, you sense that Zelios is awake and is very attracted by this energy.
So should we destroy it?
I know of no way to destroy raw chaos. If it could have been done, it would have been done in the Dawn War. I tell you, Raylan, since I've been in here speaking with you and with your brother, I believe this chaos energy is a smaller version of the same thing, the same sort of energy that had infested the ground of the temple where you were born. You see, chaos, particularly evil chaotic power, dark chaos magic, was all but eliminated from the multiverse at the end of the Second Age. At that time, the blood war between the demons and the devils was won by the devils. Demons, the beings of chaos, were nearly wiped from existence. The temple where you were born was built upon one of the last bastions of chaotic energy on the mortal plane, and I believe that what we see here is another such place.
I'm still waiting on an answer. So do we destroy it?
I'm trying to
Can I
decide.
touch it? Can I touch it?
I'm gonna just, for story purposes, these conversations that you have in your head go by really fast. They're like split seconds. So, Daro's not just standing there waiting this whole time.
Oh, okay.
No, it's just Raylan kind of just like, kind of get close to you, and it's just like, no, I'm sorry, I'm just a little conflicted because this is like the same stuff from the cult, almost. It's a lot like it. So it's hard for me because Zelios is like really into this stuff, and like it's taking a lot just to like not go back to that path,
So if Zelios touches it or absorbs it or whatever he does with chaos energy, he'll be more evil?
No, I wouldn't say that. I just think that this stuff is just chaos, so anything can happen.
Mm.
You guys, actually, Daro, you walked up to it, so I'm going to move your mini. So you guys both have been near it for a while now, so I'm going to have you make 2 new sanity checks.
2?
Yeah. No,
One
not
for
two.
each of
Not
us,
2
right?
each. 1 for each of you.
Oh, okay.
Sorry. Hi, Canuck.
Hey, Canuck.
Was somebody having fireworks in the background? Is that what that noise was?
Yeah, sorry, it's
Or
my
was-
house. I'm going to close the door.
Okay.
America!
Sounded like a war zone over there.
Oh,
Yes.
so many fireworks. But
Correctly interpreted the attitude of my neighborhood. All
nothing
right.
else better to do in quarantine than shoot off fireworks.
Can't wait to be back in person.
What'd you get, Matt?
15 this time.
Okay, you passed. Raylan?
I'm gonna use my inspiration.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
I didn't want to use it this early, but let's see. I didn't pass.
Can I
Okay.
give him my inspiration?
Yes, he can, but he can't use it now.
Oh, never mind then.
Can
Sorry.
only apply 1 inspiration point to the roll. All right, I am gonna flip the cards. Tell me when to stop. No, wait. You're Raylan. Something different happens.
Oh god.
Oh wait, I remember you.
While you turn away from this evil crater and start talking to Darrow, the edges of your vision start to blacken a little bit, kind of like when you get lightheaded from standing up too fast and it kind of like you get tunnel vision for a second. That's what's happening to you, only it's happening very slowly, and you start to hear in your ears like the rushing of your own blood get louder and louder. And it starts to sound like a million voices chanting, Akun Ra Zelios. Over and over and over.
I don't notice this, so I just keep talking. So should we like bury the cave or something, or?
Raylan kind of grabs onto Darrow, and he just says, "Just please, get me out of here, please."
all right, okay. I'm gonna start dragging or walking him away from the spot.
Okay.
Where are you going? Is there something cool? Like, is it Uhaha over there? Is there should we? No.
I think he just wasn't doing so well with the chaos energy over there.
With the what?
Don't touch it.
Oh, okay.
Also, don't look at me with your eyes and the floatingness and your. Ugh, sorry.
So Throck looks away and says, "Okay."
Okay. What else do you guys have to do?
Have who do?
Is there another way to go in this?
Again, everything's a big loop. You could.
Oh, it's just a big loop. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Throck doesn't know that. He goes around the rest of the.
Okay,
loop.
and you very quickly find yourself back. You can see.
Huh.
That's the loop.
Huh.
You very quickly find yourself
So-
back there, which is the entrance you came in before it caved in.
Yeah, and I'll take Raylan over there as well.
Okay.
Guys, I was looking at this earlier. It's gonna be very difficult to get out of here.
Like how difficult? Everything, or you should. You want me to hit it?
I mean, for you, it might just be an inconvenience.
Yeah, all right.
Are you guys gonna try anything, or?
I'm looking at Throck like, go for it.
Do a thing.
What? I'm sorry. Are you talking to me?
Yeah. You don't. Yes. Break
Okay.
us out of here. Break us out
Yeah.
of here.
Oh, no problem. Takes the hammer maul thingamabob,
You got your new
And-
muscles or items.
and yeah, I can try, and then just crashes.
Okay. You smash your hammer of thunderbolts into the largest boulder that's in front of you, and part of it breaks into smaller rocks, which fall to the ground and continue to block your path.
Well, now we have smaller rocks blocking our path. Hits it again.
Okay. The same thing happens.
All right, are we getting somewhere?
I mean, we're getting farther than I would have imagined, or I could do.
Raylan, are you over there with them? Yeah, because Darrow dragged you away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So while you're watching this happen, Raylan, you hear Rod saying,
I'll be back.
surely it would be more effective to move the rocks rather than smash them.
Raylan just kind of has his like hands on his head, and he's like, "I just don't want to be here right now." So he takes the power what was it, the power stone,
The Pearl of Power. Yeah.
prayer power. He's gonna use it
Okay.
to get back a level 3 slot,
All right.
and he's gonna use level 3 slot to change into Umbra form,
Okay.
and you're just gonna see his shadow go like inside the cracks of the exit and just disappear.
Yeah, Raylan's gone. You're outside.
Well, he left us.
And you hear Rod going, but what about your friends?
Well,
As Throck's breaking him into smaller rocks that I can actually lift, I'll start moving them out of the way.
Okay.
I will, I suppose, set the wolves on the rocks as well to dig.
All right.
Diggity.
If you
And
guys...
also help
Okay. If you guys continue in this manner...
muttering about youths.
Youths. If you guys continue in this manner, you will get out of here today.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you want to continue through the rest of the day, it's going to be after sundown, but you'll get out.
Okay.
unless there's another plan, I'm just
No, I mean I don't have anything. I don't have
Working.
anything that would help
Working.
other than
Raylan,
rocks.
Yeah.
you're outside. What
Alright,
are you
I'm-
doing?
Well, I was gonna see if there was anybody that could help.
No.
I'll be back.
Okay. No. Outside, you see the dead bodies of the lycanthropes that you guys slew before you came in. And you see a couple of people, naked people, freezing to death. Just in the final stages of dying from the cold. Who clearly tried to return to the camp after you guys broke the curse of lycanthropy that was allowing them to survive up here.
Okay.
Ah.
Well, Raylan's like, well, at least the curse is good. He doesn't see any giants around or anything like that?
There are a couple. There's the one you guys killed, and there's one other one who has also died of cold. It's a hill giant, not suited to this environment without appropriate clothing.
Let's see. Is this the hill giant next to me?
He's a good 50 yards away from the entrance to the cave.
I'll go to him. Does it look like he's been dead for a while?
Like a minute or two at most. It's hard to tell with the cold, but he's not frozen over completely.
All right. I'm gonna use Redify on him.
Revivify?
Yeah, Revivify. Yeah.
Okay. Your hill giant friend is awake and still very cold. He says, "What? Why am I back?"
Raylan says, I have cured you from your curse. You may now live.
It's cold. It's cold.
I know. Can you please dig out my friend so we can get you someplace warm?
I'm so cold. I wonder if having something to eat will make me feel Warmer. He starts to reach for you.
There's plenty of bodies right there.
Oh yeah. He goes over there. He starts eating some people.
Okay.
He turns around.
Wow.
Turns around and says, "Oh, where? I need to go get some clothes."
Can't you just use the clothes from the other giant over there?
The other giant has no clothes.
Oh.
He was relying on his fur like all the other lycanthropes.
Oh, okay.
They
Well-
didn't have any tents or anything, or like I thought you said they had some camping.
Yeah,
Or
they
like-
had. There, a couple of them had some tents, and there was like, kind of like what Bourne did inside. There were like nests dug in the ground, but for the most part, it seems like they were going in the cave for warmth.
Well, if you want to get warm real quick, you can just dig inside that cave real quick.
He looks at it, and it's like a quarter of his size. He said, "Oh, it'll take me all day to dig this out."
Well, can you at least just scoop it a little bit?
What's going on? I should be dead. He starts digging out. He clearly he's just losing it, but you're like the only voice in his head at this point, so he's just doing what you say. He starts digging. And because of that, you guys shave a good 4 hours off your time to escape.
Okay.
So
Nice.
you make it out by early afternoon because of the actions of Raylan and this giant. But by the time you get out, the giant has once again frozen to death.
Excellent. I would love to use his body.
Okay.
I'm still a little stunned at the sight of a naked giant like frozen there.
You guys are such assholes. The hill giant has a challenge rating of 5.
Excellent. I'm going to go ahead and make that hut.
All right. You do so.
Great.
Now there's a
I'm
big
going inside, I'm starting a fire, and I'm getting warm.
Yeah, there's a big blood hut, and Oven has started a fire inside of it, and I guess the rest of you guys can come in.
Yep, I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna sit down, and then subtly scoot closer to Oven for warmth.
Okay. Are you guys going to take a short rest here? Or-
At the very least.
So, well, let's take a long one.
all right. I mean, yeah,
Might as well.
you kind of just did, but I guess it's been a whole day since then.
Yeah, we've been digging.
Yeah. Most
Throck
of
is
a
out of
day.
it. Most of a day, yeah.
All right. Well, you guys are able to sleep here through the night. You are not disturbed by anything other than some mundane wolves and one goat.
Is it an edible goat?
Yes.
Please kill said edible goat.
Throck is
We
asleep.
need food.
Throck won't wake up. He's just sound asleep, snoring super loud.
Okay, I'm gonna fire an arrow at the goat. I'm gonna try to hunt it.
Okay, make an attack roll against the goat.
Go. Not great. 13.
You have hit the goat. Damage.
Oh, okay. $10.
You have killed the goat
Yeah.
2.5
Winner.
times.
Great. I come back with goat and I plop it down and
Palladian Rebel says inedible goats should really glow red or something.
Accurate.
in this world you never know, but that's a valid point.
Yeah. In your experience, goats are usually edible.
Yes.
All right, yeah, you got one. You can make some food out of it.
Yay.
Throck wakes
And
up when you bring a slaughtered goat into the hut. Throck wakes up, starts eating.
Mm-hmm. I'm just gonna let him eat his raw meat bits.
I mean, you better do something. He'll eat the whole thing if you let him.
Well, I'm gonna
Give
cut
him
off
a
some of it.
leg
Yeah.
Yeah,
and roast the rest.
cut off a leg for him, and then start cooking the rest.
Okay.
Does he still have his little cursed teethy thingy going?
No, that wears off.
Oh, okay.
Like you're still unsettled by it, but
Yep.
you're no longer really perceiving it. Kind of like
Yeah.
the feeling you have now is after you have a really realistic, really disturbing nightmare, and then you wake up from it and it kind of follows you for the day. That's what you've got.
So as I'm cooking, I'm periodically looking over at Throck's eyes to double check.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
that's all.
Yeah, you're still nervous to look in his eyes, but you don't see it anymore.
Great.
All right.
So you rest okay?
Yes, you guys
Yes.
complete a long rest and wake up the next morning.
Huzzah.
Good.
Should we maybe...
I was a little excited to hit the short rest button. I've never done a short rest on D&D Beyond.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think I've ever hit the button for a short rest.
You missed too many games, dude.
Apparently.
All right. Well, let's head back and find the giants and tell them that we did it.
Okay.
Yay.
You manage to make your way through the woods with the help of Throck's incredible survival skills. Throck doesn't have incredible survival skills, but he knows his way around. And and you make it back to the hill giant village that is just outside that little entrance to where the fire giant forges are inside the city. Are you going to, when you come in, the hill giants of the village see you and they say, "Hey!" Well, they say. One of them says, "Hey, who are you, small people?"
Raylan, like, kind of fed up. Like, we were the ones sent to go cure the curse.
What curse?
The one
What was
killing
it?
everybody.
What was the name of the one of the giants that sent us on the quest? I don't remember any of their names.
Hold on. For some reason, I left my notes off here. Oh, no, wait. That's not where those notes are. They're up here.
Should we maybe have caved the cave in
Probably.
again?
In what manner?
In another rockfall manner?
Darrow, you could name Usius, the cloud giant lord.
I'm just gonna not answer his question and be like, we need to see Usius.
And they're going to say, we should just eat these.
I don't think Usius will be happy with you if you do.
How?
But you can try.
How you know Usius?
He and the rest of your council sent us on a quest to take care of your werewolf.
A second
Where
hill
creature-
giant sort of stomps up and says, Not our council. No hill giant on council.
Okay.
Council
on.
for cloud giant and frost giant and fire giant and stone giant and Storm Giant. Hill Giants no get seat on council.
I'm like cold and annoyed, so I'm gonna create my shadow.
You're not as cold.
And then-
There's actually a gigantic bonfire that's just always burning in the middle of the Hill Giant town. So you're close enough to it that you're better.
Cool. Well, I'm still annoyed and tired from traveling. Wait, this is not the town we were going to? I'm confused. Sorry.
This is the town that you passed by when you exited from under the mountain.
Got it. Cool. I'm gonna create my shadow and just send him running, like past all the giants, and I'm gonna yell, "Quick! He's getting away! Go get him!"
What? Huh? Huh?
They're-
What? Huh?
They're gonna watch him go. Okay, Joshua's back. Quick recap. You slept.
Sorry.
You ate a goat leg in a hut. Then you came back, and you're now in the Hill Giant village that you guys passed on your way out of the mountain earlier. The Hill Giants don't remember or recognize any of you, and are talking about whether they should eat you or not.
Oh.
Darrow brought up Usius and the council who sent you on your quest, but the Hill Giants don't give a crap because they have no representation on the council, and some of them probably question its legitimacy.
Huh.
So Darrow has just created his shadow and sent it running off into the woods as a distraction to say, "Go get him! He's getting away!" At which point, one of the Hill Giants goes, "Oh no!" and starts running after him. And like three others just stand there going, "What was he? Was it a deer? I didn't see it."
I didn't get a good look either. I hope your friend is gonna be okay on his own. It might have been very strong.
A moment later, that guy comes stomping back. Says, "I just reached out to pick him up and he disappeared."
I think we were supposed to run, but oh well. All right, well, we're gonna be on our way.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Are we supposed to eat them?
Like I said before, you could try. I wouldn't recommend it.
You said Usius and Council sent you.
Yep.
Council never does anything for little people like us.
Raylan's gonna be like, Throck, you gotta impress them with your new powers.
And if that doesn't work, I have another idea too.
Show them your new stuff, Throck.
They're gonna all look at you, Throck, and wait.
Show me your stuff, Throck.
I got this. I don't have the that thing anymore, but I guess I've got this hammer. Let's see. I got this belt from what was that? Ooh ha ha. But birth maybe was it birth? Is that who I got it from?
You talk too much. Big words, confusing. One of them reaches out to try and grab you, Throck.
Oh, I'm gonna smack his hand. With
his hand is the size of your body.
Yeah. Gonna hit that hand. Just gonna hit it.
Roll an attack.
Okay.
Oh God.
Does a 25 hit?
If it doesn't, I quit.
Yes, a 25. 25 does. A 25 does in fact hit.
Okay,
What-
just checking.
What was the number on the die?
14.
Okay. What's the damage?
Let's find out. 7, 15. Yeah, I think 15 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay. Well, the giant reaches for you, and you take your hammer of thunderbolts, which feels a little lighter than it ever has before, and you swing it much more easily. Like, it was never hard for you, but you swing it much more easily than you have ever before, and you just smack this giant's hand, and it the hand flips back at the wrist, and the whole arm flies away. And it's a couple. No, it's not off. It's not off to the giant's body, but it flies away like that. And the hand,
It's just a flesh wound.
you all clearly hear the breaking of bones in the hand. And the giant goes, "Ah! This one's strong!"
No eating us. But you can eat other things if you want.
He turns to the other giants and points at Throck and says, "He's bigger than he looks!"
That's right.
Oh, is that why this stuff is like?
He's going to turn back. Not him, actually, the other one, the first one that spoke, is going to lean into you, Throck, and go, "You don't look very big."
You don't look very big either.
"I am hill giant. I am not very big compared to most other people I know. But you look small."
Well, I'm big enough to carry the bags.
He looks at the bags, which at this point are in volume twice the size of your body. And goes, he turns to his friend and says, "He does carry the bags."
I carry the bags.
"All right,
Oven Pup pipes up. That's right.
all right. We won't eat you for now. You can go see the council. But tell them we demand reprehension."
Could you not?
Sure.
You can't tell them yourself?
"We keep sending people in to tell them, but they always come back confused."
Have you tried rioting?
"Is that
Oh,
where
no.
you just break stuff?"
Yes.
"Oh yeah, we do that all the time."
Wait, one of you want to come now? I mean, I'll get. I don't know what they're saying either, but you know. There.
One of them says,
Who's your-
"Blogon!
That's pretty smart.
Blogon, you smartest hill giant, you go!" And Blogon is the one whose hand you broke. He says, "All right, I go. I tell council to stuff it."
Just stuff it.
And they say, "No, tell council we want to be on council." "All right, then I tell them to stuff it once we are inside."
And then we break things.
Ah! So, Blogon's holding his broken hand starts to follow you guys. And you guys make it to the entrance and get through. Once, of course, you've been looking up at these hill giants, but once you're inside and you see the fire giants, you remember that these hill giants are like the smallest variety of giant. And you get through where you meet some other fire giants who send for Zuktu, the fire giant Lord of Steel, who brought you down here from the council chamber. And he says, Did you solve the problem?
Yes.
We saw some werewolf giants in the night regain their normal form. Some who were inside. Had you not done what you did, some of our people might have died. I will take you upstairs. So he starts to lead you through the city again. And once again, you are very impressed by the craftsmanship of the giant city. Clearly, this thing is the result of not just the work of master craftsmen, but the work of many generations of master craftsmen, carving and polishing and embellishing every detail and every surface of all the stone in the city. You're in gigantic caverns that have small buildings built into them, large buildings built into the sides of the caverns. Everything is just perfectly organized and immaculately clean and beautiful. But you go up these huge stairways all the way to the top floor, where you once again enter the giant throne room, council chamber that you were in. And while there, you see most of the giants that you met previously in this room are not present, but Usius, the cloud giant, the lord of spies, who is now the highest ranked giant in the Ordning because of the death of Nimir, is there, standing on the steps next to the throne. And he says, "You have returned. How went your adventures?"
Good.
Oh, fine.
It was incredibly challenging, and we almost died like 5 times, but we completed your task.
And we didn't get eaten.
And we didn't get eaten.
And Balagon at this point stomps into the room and says, "Uzias! Hill Giants want on council!" Uzias replies, "I know. Zuktu, take this small creature out of here." Zuktu says, "Sorry, Lord Uzias, I barely noticed him. He's just a hill giant." Grabs Balagon and starts to drag him out of the room.
To be fair, we are small creatures, smaller than even your hill giant friend here, and we still did things that you couldn't do.
And Uzias says, "Yes, that is correct. The hill giants have a village outside of the mountain on the exterior. They were the people most affected by the lycanthrope curse, and yet they failed to solve it all these months. It took you to solve the problem of the lycanthropes. Clearly, appearances aside, you are larger in the Ordning than our hill giant cousins."
To be fair, your cousins couldn't fit through the opening that we could to
We
get
did
the job
have
done.
we did have a hill giant help us and died helping us.
And yet you survived. This is the plight of the hill giants. to be useful, but not to reap the benefits of their usefulness.
Don't you think that's a little unfair?
I am not the one who made them strong and stupid.
Are you saying there's something wrong with being smart? Nope. And being stupid and strong?
He looks at you for a moment with just a completely blank expression and says, Inheritor of Nimir, you have honored our deal. I, Usius, shall personally lead you to the palace of our fallen lord, which now belongs to you.
Nice.
So he's going to walk around behind the throne of Nimir and reach way up onto the stones and then way down onto another stone and pull two of them out of the wall at the same time. At which point, a gigantic doorway is going to open. And behind that doorway is a circle of light in the ground with a beam of light shooting up from it. And all of these clouds and all this fog within the beam. And Usius is going to turn and gesture towards it and say, Stand in the circle, and you shall arrive at the palace of the Storm Giant King.
Can I roll insight on him to see if he's telling the truth?
Yeah.
Ooh.
14.
As far as you can tell, he has no reason to lie.
I mean, it doesn't really look like much of a palace, but
We're not there yet, Throck.
Okay.
Ooh, can I roll insight?
Sure. Oh, excuse me. Sure.
3, 4, 5, 4, 5. 25.
Yeah, he's telling the truth, but he doesn't like it. Like, he doesn't like you guys. He doesn't like that outsiders are in here. He's been resentful of everything you've said and done and of your very presence since you arrived. But he is bound by the code of honor to which all giants adhere, called the Ordning, in which giants are ranked very strictly into a hierarchy. And Nimir, the dead king, was clearly above him by virtue simply of being a storm giant. So Usius is now the highest giant in all existence now that Nimir is dead. But he is still bound by the last commands of his king. Therefore, he is grudgingly getting it out of the way, and once you're gone, he's never going to think about you again.
But how do we get back?
I don't know.
I would like to ask him, how do we get back?
He's going to say, From the palace of the Storm King, there are many exits to many lands. You shall have no difficulty exiting.
Great.
All right, let's go.
oh, okay. So you just walk right through. Okay, yep, walking right through.
I'll follow Throck in.
Oh, Throck, you're going first?
Yeah.
Okay, as soon as you pass next to Usius, he suddenly jumps with shock and looks down at you and says, What? What do you carry?
The bags.
We have been over this.
Oh, it's like you don't listen.
What? The hammer. Where did you get that hammer?
I don't know. I don't remember now. It was there was this door, and Bert and I just ran into it really hard, and it was just on the ground.
Whoa. Palladian Rebels cracking me up in the chat.
My politics certainly won't.
He said,
Throck is already a king.
he looks down at you and says, You are chosen not of Demir, but of Cord.
Well, yeah, didn't. Look,
Yes, we went over this.
are they?
Yes, they're stupid.
You think what was it, Hill?
I
Yeah.
tell you,
What?
No Giants.
Yeah,
I
think
tell
they're-
you, Throck of the
Yeah.
every giant in Jotunheim says he is chosen of Cord. It means nothing, but you wield the hammer of thunderbolts, the very weapon of Cord himself.
Oh.
None have
Huh.
wielded that in 2 ages of the world.
Well, I mean, I've been hearing it for at least, 6 days.
At least.
Probably.
He's going to say, Throck, chosen of Cord.
Yeah.
It is confusing
Yeah.
that our Lord of Storms has chosen a small human creature like yourself and not a giant. Those who have followed him these many thousands of years. But I cannot deny that you carry his blessing. You carry the blessing of my Lord. If you or your companions ever need the aid of the cloud giants, you have but to call on us, and we will come. We would not leave the chosen of our God defenseless.
Oh.
All of a sudden.
What'd you say, Carolyn?
I said all of a sudden.
He's going to look at you and say, all of a sudden, your Throck carries the bane of Born. That which was gifted to mortals by immortals.
Yeah, cool story. We killed him. Again.
Cord?
No.
Born.
Born.
You killed Born. Born has been dead eons.
And then he was not dead, but also dead.
Wait. He was reborn.
No, he was undead.
Was this the source of the curse?
Far as I could tell.
Clearly, we underestimated the evil which had befallen our people. We owe you many thanks. And again, I assure you. But one time, you may call upon the aid of the giants of clouds, and my people will come to support you. Only once.
Only once.
How How does that work? Do we just yell cloud giants?
He's gonna reach behind him and pull out a very large horn, small for him, but very large for you guys. He's gonna hand it to you, Throck, and he's gonna say, "Blast this horn, and I shall hear it, wherever you are in the world." And using this,
Blast the horn, Throck.
he gestures
Don't do
to
it now.
the circle
Don't do it now.
that he's been trying to get you to go into. He says, "Using this, I shall be able to reach you anywhere."
Blast the horn, Throck. Blast it.
No, Throck,
Oven's
we're supposed
poking
to.
Throck.
Throck,
What?
we're supposed to save it.
Yep, what?
Don't blast it yet.
Blast
until
the
we really
horn.
need it.
Blast.
Blow into the
Go.
horn.
Until we,
Blow into
until
the
we
horn.
really need it.
Blow
We
into
can't
the
blast
horn.
it yet. We have to really need it.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Yeah. Oh boy.
Throck, you just put in your bags.
I'm gonna do that. Yeah.
I just
But yeah.
want all of you to know that I have noticed that you are all against me now.
What?
All
What do you
against
mean?
you?
And I want you to notice that we're trying to save that thing for a good moment.
I'm just saying.
Well,
Man. Yeah, and I'm gonna say the same thing when we're about to die, and then I'm like, call the giants.
Okay.
Whew. All right.
yeah. Let's go step into the palace here.
So yeah, as you guys walk up the steps
Fine, Throck.
and go behind the throne, Usius, his eyes still wide with shock over what has occurred, steps down and watches you ascend. You enter the little doorway, well, big doorway behind the throne, and step into the circle, at which point you feel yourself yanked upwards, as though something had grabbed you from the inside first and yanked you up from the middle, and all of you suddenly shoots into the air. And when you are able to see and sense the world around you again, you are standing on a cloud. Your feet feel buoyant, as though you were inflatable and standing on water. That's what your feet feel like. But looking around you, you can see that it's just wisps of cloud upon which you stand. And you, being on top of it, you can't tell how thick of a cloud it is or how far down it goes. You can't see through it very far. The wisps of fog from the cloud come up all the way to your shoulders. Well, all the way to Oven's shoulders, not so much Throck's. And
Oven's very small.
yeah, I don't know if Oven or Raylan is smaller, but it's I'll say you guys are comparable. The shoulder height of a small human rather than of a large man. And you, looking up from where you stand, you see brilliant, clear blue sky. Clearer and bluer than you have ever seen, any of you, in your entire lives. Oven, this is a completely alien experience to you. You come from a place, you pee. Go to hell. You come from a place where it is always nighttime, and even when it's sometimes day, it's overcast and gray. But here, brilliant blue sky in bright sunlight. Throck, Darrow, Raylan, you've seen daylight before, but not like this, because now you are above where clouds live. And there is nothing between you and the vast expanse of blue. It is almost overwhelming in its brightness. But even more overwhelming than the sky is the palace that you see before you. It is about 200 yards away from where you stand now at its closest point. And it is made of cloud, solidified into a rock-like substance. If you were to see a still image of it, you would think it was marble. But because you are looking at it in real time, it's moving like wisps of cloud move through the air. And you get the strong impression that it is literally made of clouds that have been compacted into a solid surface.
Wow.
And it is bright white, and it is enormous. Not just because it is sized for a giant, but even for a storm giant, this would be a huge palace. It has at least 2 wings that you can see, one off to your right and one off to your left, and then the central section of it is clearly several stories high, and these stories are built for a 26-foot tall storm giant. So, big, to put it simply. And at this point, we're going to take our break for the night.
Dang.
Ooh,
That's right.
And it just hits Daro. Oh, you wanted to blow the horn to give the hill giants their... Oh, okay. I see.
Yeah. Ovid's a
Whoops.
revolutionary, but only in the mortal world. All right, guys. We are at 9:57 here in Los Angeles. We're going to be back in 10 minutes, 10:57. So we'll see you all then.
Whoa. No, not 10:57.
Whoa.
10:07.
10:07.
You just
Math.
you just throcked your math.
That was a... I did indeed just throck my math. Thank you guys for the correction. We'll be back at 10:07. But probably not, because we're always either like slightly early or more often slightly late. So we'll see you guys in about 10 minutes, at which point, Shadows of Archonia. All right, see you
Don't
then.
fall asleep, Canuck.
Don't fall asleep, Canuck. Or Palladian Rebel. All right, we'll be back. And action. We're back.
Not ready.
We're back at the Storm Giant Cloud Palace in the Clouds. Canuck is still here, munching on chips and dip. Everybody's having a great time. It's almost like the world isn't on fire.
Wait, the world's on fire?
Some of it. So, here we are, standing on a cloud high above the world. You see in front of you the Palace of Namir, gigantic, white, and beautiful. You see now why it is that no one's ever seen this thing, because no matter where it was in the world, it would be way, way up in the sky. And the palace itself would be indistinguishable from the other clouds at a distance. Throck, this place is yours.
Before much of anything, Throck's going to kind of feel the ground, as it were.
Feel it?
Yeah, kind of make sure, like, is this... well, I've never
if
walked
you're
on
gonna-
anything like that before.
If you're going to actively attempt to push your hand through the ground, you will be able to do so easily.
Oh, yeah, I'm not sure this is safe.
Yeah, I'm also feeling very uneasy and like a little off balance.
Okay. That gets you nowhere.
Nope.
Yeah, but I really want to go check that out. Step.
You
Take it.
successfully step forward.
Okay.
Next step.
Step.
Once again, you have stepped forward.
That's the kind of stuff you come here for, folks. No, yeah, I'll go up to it.
All right. You walk to the palace. Are the rest of you going with Throck?
Yes, but I look like I'm
Sorry, I
balancing
thought-
on a tightrope.
I guess I was muted this whole time.
Oh yeah, I haven't heard anything you've said since the break.
Yeah.
Ah,
Good.
What were you saying?
It doesn't matter now.
Okay.
We just thought you were having another one of your quiet moments.
No, I was like, you should see my camera. I was like making all these gestures.
Oh, we'll try and read your lips when we watch the playback. So you guys walk towards the palace. Like I said, your feet feel as if they're like floating on water or something. But it is just as easy to keep your balance here as it is on any other surface you might walk upon.
So after a few steps, it becomes more natural.
Yeah,
I don't
you get
question it.
you get used to it pretty quickly. But definitely by the time you reach the front of the building, you're used to walking on this surface.
Question.
Yeah,
Can I bound on the surface?
like jump.
Yes.
Like a gazelle.
You indeed may gazelle across the clouds.
Yes.
nice. Are you
Carolyn,
going to actually
this is
change
why you're on
into
the
a
show.
gazelle?
Are you going to change into a gazelle?
No. I just want to do like the fox hops.
Well, what you guys, of course, see Avon with her antlers on, hopping across the clouds in her bloody black cape, waving a scythe and a torn cape behind her.
And laughing hysterically.
Yeah, that is the sight you witness.
Weird.
This is the most anime thing that we've seen so far.
Yeah.
I'm torn because I'm like, I should be dignified, but that looks so fun.
Yeah, Daro, you're actually in your true form.
Yep.
Because you have been since you got moonbeamed the other day. So
Yeah.
You
what
reach-
What do the door things look like?
well, they are. You know how if you walked up to a castle, you would expect it to have at least a giant portcullis? That would be
Yes.
much taller than a person would actually require it to be in order to enter.
Yeah.
Imagine that, but for a cloud giant.
Nice.
This thing, the gate is a good 80 feet tall.
Is it closed? Like what?
Yeah,
Oh,
it's closed, and it's not just the metal portcullis, but also the wooden doors, the thick wooden doors behind it.
well, Throck, it's yours. Make it open.
Excuse me.
Or not.
Do I knock? Do I
While we're waiting,
Open.
doing like cartwheels across the grass.
Oh,
Okay.
it got better.
Avon is like literally in heaven because she's from the Shadowfell, which is where everyone else goes when they die. So now she's in the exact opposite of that. And it's just emotionally overwhelming. Meanwhile, Throck is here trying to talk a door into opening.
Yep. Well, all right. Now I'll just start pushing on it. I don't know. I mean, doors are not my thinking thing.
Sure.
They're my opening thing, but not my thinking thing.
Again, this is a portcullis. It's not a pushing, it's a lifting.
Right, but how many times has Throck encountered a portcullis that
Once.
usually is-
No,
Yeah.
twice.
Huh.
Once,
Oh yeah.
Once when you raided the city, and once when you reached first fall.
All right, good enough. I'm gonna lift that thing.
Oh, I was gonna watch him amused while
Roll-
you pushed on it.
Roll a strength
Well-
check.
Obviously, I'm gonna push on it first. I think that's
I'm gonna just
all right.
raise a brow.
All right. 17, unless we're using athletics.
I'm sorry, did you say 200?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. If you said 200, then you open it. Otherwise, no.
Great. Yeah. Super close, folks.
Okay.
That's
All right.
rare for you, Throck. I mean, but it is an 80-foot tall cloud door.
While the portcullis is made of solid steel.
Oh, okay.
Well,
Probably just
some
metals.
sort of metal. You're not sure, but it's too heavy for Throck to even budge.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yes.
Ooh,
Ooh.
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 I believe our lady friend has an idea.
Okay.
Our lady friend has an idea. I'm gonna go ahead and touch the door in heat metal.
Throck,
We're gonna melt the door down.
tell me what Throck's damage is.
Yeah. Yeah, because Throck's still.
Throck's lifting it right now, so.
Let's see. Throck's damage is 8.
Throck, you take 8 fire damage. The castle is fighting back.
Oh, I like this place.
You
Oven mentions
Raylan,
it's a cloud. Just walk through the rest of it.
Raylan says, "Have you tried knocking, Throck?"
No, he hasn't tried knocking yet.
No. No.
I didn't want to mention anything.
All right, let's.
It's too much fun.
Let's.
Yeah.
Oh. There. Does it?
Okay, in order to knock on the wooden door, you have to reach through the grate of the portcullis, which is not hard because it is a giant-sized grate. So you're able to pound on the door, and after a moment, the doors swing open, and you see,
There you go.
standing before you, a giant, storm giant-sized entity made of cloud. He is open
Hey.
to the door. He doesn't respond.
Why does he
Little
look so
help here.
edible?
When you say that, he steps back, turns around the corner. You lose sight of him, and then you start to hear very loud clanks as of chains being wrapped around a wheel, and the portcullis goes up.
Yay!
It is open.
He looks
You
like a
guys
nice
may
fella.
enter.
Okay.
You walk in
So-
and you see a giant courtyard of cloud. You have passed through the outer wall of a castle. In front of you is like the main structure of the palace itself, while off to the sides are additional wings spreading out from that central area, also encased within the outer wall, which is like a defensive wall.
Okay.
And again, it's
This is a nice
all huge. The scale of it is like you are insects walking into. Well, not quite insects.
This is-
More like your cats. You're cat-sized walking into a human world. That's the scale of this.
Nice.
Wow.
Raylan says, "This is a nice place you got here, Throck."
Thanks.
I wonder what they have for food.
Clouds.
Oh yeah. Hey. Hey, cloud guy.
He turns and looks at you.
Yeah, I'm gonna call you.
Ooh.
Okay.
He
Hey,
nods.
you got any food?
He starts walking towards the main building.
I'm either gonna follow him, or I'm gonna kill him for ignorance.
Vitanovets
I say I-
subscribed. Thank you very much.
Oh, thank you.
Hey,
Thank you for the
thanks.
subscription.
Yay!
Thank you. Thank you. I say you follow him, Throck.
Oh, I'm gonna follow him. All right.
Oh, Stan.
Oven is, of course, going to bound after him.
Thanks, Dan.
Oh, that's Dan. Cool.
It's Dan.
I'm gonna kind of look around as we walk, see if I see anything. I don't know what I'm looking for.
I mean, you see a lot of things that belong in a castle, except
Okay.
that the ground is made of clouds and the castle appears to be made of compressed clouds.
This place is so weird.
You reach the front of the palace proper, and the cloud being that is in front of you reaches out and pushes open the double doors of the palace, which again are gigantic wooden things. And you come in to find you are no longer walking on the surface of a cloud, but on a marble floor with marble tiles that are at least each individual tile is 10 by 10. And you come in and you are in the reception hall of a palace, only sized up for people who are 26 feet tall. So there is in front of you a gigantic feasting table and about a dozen or two other cloud people setting out a feast. There is an entire goat on one plate, cooked up, obviously. There's poultry, some of which is made from birds bigger than you've ever seen. There's there's all sorts of fruits and vegetables, dishes you don't recognize, desserts bigger than Darrow. There is a cake.
I'm the biggest one.
There's a cake with a hole in it that your human-sized friends could literally stand in without touching the sides of the cake.
Raylan, he starts to cry.
That's right. Raylan used to be homeless. So did Throck, but he didn't know.
Yeah, that doesn't. Yeah.
I think I'm gonna eat a cave into that cake.
All right.
Oh,
Raylan immediately sits down, or wherever he can sit, and starts like eating.
we could use that cake as like a cell,
As a what?
like a cell. You know, like how they had the in this thing where they couldn't get out.
Oh, like a cake prison?
Sure.
But
I mean, it would-
why?
What are we putting in it?
Guys, are you gonna eat any of this, or is it just gonna be for me?
Okay, so I'm gonna tell you guys some mechanical stuff. The way this palace is gonna work, these cloud guys are essentially unseen servants. So if you look up the kinds of things that an unseen servant can do, that's them. They can perform any of the tasks that are, that a mundane servant would be capable of. such as preparing food, making your bed, cleaning stuff, taking your bags, and hanging up your coats. They cannot do battle. They have no hit points, no armor class. They can't cast magic spells. They're not going to benefit you in that sort of way. But they can perform any of the tasks that like a butler or a maid might perform. They are not real people. They are magical constructs. The banquet that is constantly prepared here in the main reception hall is going to bestow the benefits of a hero's feast. And you may partake of it up to once a week. If you come back and eat more than once in a week, it's not going to have any effect.
Well, not the hero's feast effect, but
Correct.
it'll sure taste good.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. So you may look up those spells, Unseen Servant and Hero's Feast, and that's essentially where you guys are right now.
Throck's gonna look around. Is there anything, not burned yet?
As soon as you have that thought, one of the servants brings you a raw chicken.
There we go. Keep it coming, but I want one of those, and points at one of the big bird things that no idea what it is.
Okay, one of the other servants comes by and literally swings an entire ostrich into you, which is dead. It's dead, but it's not even plucked or anything. It's just an ostrich.
Great.
Ooh.
What was the name of the servants again? The spell?
Unseen Servant.
Let's see, yeah.
I'm going to be able to make this.
These unseen servants are confined to the palace. They can't leave the grounds.
Are you now gonna take on the form of an ostrich?
No. As it turns out, first of all, I'm pretty sure if it's probably plucked, so I wouldn't know what it looks like. Not plucked.
No, this one's not plucked.
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
The one he hit Throck with, not plucked.
Yeah.
Excellent. No, but the Hero's Feast is a druid spell.
Yep.
Oh yeah. It's so good. Awesome. Yeah, Throck's gonna just keep eating. He's just gonna. Yeah, this is good. Yeah.
So how many servants are there?
There are 100 within the entire palace. There's only
Whoa.
about 20 in this room right now.
All right, so Raylan immediately calls out to a couple of them, and he says, "Fetch me a place to sleep and some berries and some." And he starts saying all these commands.
They don't respond to you.
And he starts saying more and more commands.
They're just completely ignoring you.
He starts saying more and more commands.
I'm like an ant digging a tunnel into the cake right now.
Oh, there's so much cake. You're getting such a sugar rush.
Yeah.
I am, I suppose I'll partake in some fruits and some meats.
All right. There are more fruits and meats than you ever knew existed in the world. More varieties of them than you have ever experienced. There are...
I come from the Shadowfell, of course there are.
Yeah, there are berries that are in color. This is amazing. There are cooked meats. There are raw meats, but raw prepared meats, like those thin strips of venison that are just raw. There's whatever the Archonia equivalent of sushi is. There's dried meats like jerky. There's just everything. There's mashed potatoes. There's carrots. There's a vegetable stew. There's a meat stew. There's so much stuff.
Wow.
Again, Raylan, you can see Raylan is visibly crying. He's just so happy, so happy right now.
Yeah, and even while you're being happy, you can hear inside your head Radomir Utgast going,
What about Zalios?
Zalios? Well, Zalios is not my character. What is Zalios doing?
Yeah. I think Zalios is just enjoying just being in the clouds right now. But he doesn't really feel the urge to come out because pretty much the happiness from Raylan is overwhelming the senses. So in a way, it's kind of like Zalios is like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna stay in here because the senses are too happy right now.
Okay. Okay.
Fair.
Throck, of course, asked for bacon as well.
There is bacon before you finish your sentence.
Nice. Wow. Hey.
It's like
So, what else does this place have?
What else does this place have? Hey.
One of the servants. Every time you say "hey," one of the servants stops for you. So far 3.
Okay. You're. Yeah. Hey.
you make noises for everybody.
The other 2 turn away while you talk to.
Yeah. I'll get you later. Is there something else like ooh-aha? Like
He bows. He bows to you and then gestures towards a side hallway.
okay. Hey Dar.
Yep.
Says this way.
Awesome. Let's go find out what this place has.
Go.
I'm gonna grab some chicken legs to take with me.
Oh, obviously chickens just into the bag.
So upon
Probably also the bacon.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and bacon.
This
I'll get
feast
bacon.
is always here. You guys won't know that yet, but anytime you come back to this room, the feast will be here. So as of now, having eaten it, you guys are under the effects of the Hero's Feast spell.
Do we roll the 2d10 or do you?
You roll it.
Sure.
We get temporary hit points.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, no, it's not 10 hit points. It's an increase to your maximum. So it's real hit points, but just temporarily, which is different than 10 hit points.
And it's 2d10.
Correct. And it's a temporary increase to your maximum hit points, accompanied by the same amount of essentially healing. So if you're already at your max, roll 2d10 and add that. But you guys, upon exploring the rest of the place, what you discover is that although, to the best of your knowledge, this place was the home of one giant, Nimir, the last storm giant, it clearly was constructed to house many storm giants. There are council chambers, there are multiple bedrooms, there are servants' quarters, there's a kitchen, there are many rooms of many other purposes. But based solely on the number of bedrooms and the size of the kitchens, you can tell that Nimir did not originally live here alone and did not probably intend to be here alone. This place was the home of multiple giants at one point. But now it is just you and the cloud servants.
Well, that's depressing.
Raylan's still eating.
Another thing you discover... Okay, well, Raylan hasn't gone exploring with you. But another thing you discover is that other than keeping the table fully stocked, which is what is allowing Raylan to keep eating, the servants are not obeying any of you except Throck. They're ignoring commands from everyone but Throck.
I'm guessing Throck doesn't notice that yet. No,
Roll insight.
there's no reason. Yeah. Oh, I will.
Everyone else has definitely noticed it. Throck hasn't noticed.
Yes.
The other three of you have
Let's-
definitely noticed.
Watch you roll a nat
there's-
20 on this.
I mean, well, but there's there's it'll come. It'll come.
Hey, Throck. So
Yeah.
how do we go from to and fro from here? Like if we want to go back to land and stop the whole evil chaosy monster thingies, but then come back and eat more food.
Oh, yeah, that's a good idea. Hey, you know who else was really hungry? Those hill giants. Then we
They-
could get them up here.
They would probably love it up here.
You think we should?
They
Yes.
can protect your interests, I guess.
Brandon's not here, so I'm still eating.
I don't
Okay.
have any interest to protect, but yes, they could.
They can protect your castle when you're not here.
Oh yeah. Huh. Okay, hadn't thought about that. Well, we might. Hey. Hey. How do we get out of here and go to places that are not here?
He turns and gestures towards the door and then starts leading you down some hallways.
Okay.
He leads you down a set of stairways, which your sense of direction will inform you is going much lower than the ground level of the entrance hall, the feasting hall where you entered the palace. Going down several stairways, but towards the center. And when you get to the bottom, you're pretty sure that you're a few floors directly below that feasting hall. But there is, in the center of this room, a good 30-foot wide opening with a 4-foot high wall of stone around it. And looking down over that wall, you see the world below you. But it is overlaid with a sort of series of magical symbols that are just floating in the air as you look down through this hole to whatever is below you.
If Avin were here, she'd probably pee in the hole.
She is here.
Oven is here.
Oh,
Wait. So I don't get it.
I don't either. Do we just point at a magic symbol?
Well, what you see on the other side of the symbol is as though you, other than the sort of glowing magical runes and marks in the air, what you see through the hole is as if you were just looking through an opening in the bottom of something and seeing down onto Jotunheim from the air.
Do we just jump?
I mean, maybe. Probably. Hey,
I'm gonna
do we just
create-
jump?
I'm gonna create my shadow, and then I'm just gonna jump.
You're just gonna jump.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah, but I'm leaving my shadow up in case something happens, and then
Okay,
I'll
you
teleport
are
back
going
to
to
him.
pass directly through the magical symbols in the air, and after which you will just be falling from
Okay,
from a
and-
cloud.
great. Then I'm gonna teleport back to my shadow as soon as that
Bam!
doesn't seem to work.
It was so cold. There was so much wind blowing past your ears.
Yeah, that was not cool.
Yeah.
But it was also awesome.
Oh. What?
Raylan kind of stumbles in, and he looks very full. What's going on in here?
So you see the entire sort of tableau with Darrow just teleporting back to his shadow, and he looks like his normally bright white skin is like flush red from the experience of falling unhindered through the air at whatever 10,000 feet.
Whoa, Dara, are you okay?
I could be warmer.
Well,
You're
ask
on
Throck to get ask Throck for the servants to get you some fire or a hot bath. Actually, when's the last time you took a bath?
Do I smell bad?
Smell check.
Yeah.
Oh, check.
No check required. You guys all smell awful, especially Throck.
Throck, can you ask them to make us all a hot bath?
Do I want that?
My change appearance thing, I can't change it doesn't say anything about smell, so I guess
Yeah.
Nope.
Well, if you don't want one, Throck, that's fine. But for us, I mean.
Okay, I don't know what the point is, but sure.
Separate baths.
Wait, right here?
No, somewhere else. I'm sure there's baths somewhere else, but just ask them to get them ready for us.
Oh goodness. Okay. Hey, you're still here, right?
He materializes in front of you.
Oh, he wasn't here. Okay. Okay, you let us hear. Do you know where the bath is?
He points towards a staircase going up. There are two in the room. He points to the opposite one from the one you came down.
Okay.
All right. Can you tell them to get it ready? Get them ready.
Can you get them ready?
You didn't tell him what to get ready.
That's right, I didn't.
The baths. Get ready the baths.
The bath.
You
Bath
are
ready.
He dissipates again.
such a diva.
Oh.
And you smell, so I want to take a bath.
Well,
After a minute, another, or possibly the same, servant reappears by the stairs and starts gesturing up.
Okay. Raylan starts going to one of the stairs.
Okay. You are led to a series of baths. There are 4 rooms with 4 baths, each the size of a small swimming pool, filled with hot water for you guys.
Whoa. I dare any of you to come in here with me.
Also in each room is a chalice the size of your torso full of wine.
Ooh.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so Raylan immediately ditches his clothes and jumps in. And then when he's laying down, when he's enjoying it, he actually has an idea. So he sends a message to Throck through sending message.
Okay.
And he says, Throck, can you also tell them to wash our clothes? This is Raylan.
Throck, you know that it's Raylan, and you instinctively understand that you can respond in 25 words or less.
Mm-hmm. Just tell them to wash our clothes.
Did you take your clothes off?
Yeah. I love that.
He's there. He appears. This time via the door.
Can you go get boy with the girl's name's clothes, wash them, and make sure that he has them so he can put them back on?
He bows and leaves the room. Raylan, you see this happen. He comes in and takes your clothes away.
Okay. Raylan message you again, Throck, and says thanks.
Sure.
So now you will all not see Raylan for at least a good hour or so.
I assume that's true for the rest of you as well.
He's just gonna be laying in the bath, drinking wine.
I'm still at the hole.
Oh, you are?
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you just gonna keep skydiving?
Daro,
if I
are
had
you
no shadow ready, I would.
are you studying the hole, trying to figure out how it works? Is that what you're doing?
Yeah. Well, yes. First, I had a moment of every time I have my shadow ready, I'm gonna jump because that was awesome, but maybe I need some warmer clothes or like a mask,
Okay.
and then I'm gonna try to figure out how it works. So is there any there's no buttons or things you can touch or point at?
Roll investigation.
Investigate. Ooh, not
Go on.
great. Exactly 12.
Okay. You looking at this thing and remembering the size of some of the larger giants that you've seen, including Namir, who you saw in the Echo down in the library of Graven Hollow, you start to notice that some of the magical symbols in the air are about the size they would need to be for a storm giant to sort of palm them. And they're just far enough apart that a storm giant could reach maybe two of them at once. Without.
Oh, so they're floating above the hole.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought they were okay.
Well, I mean, they're level with more or less the floor you're standing on, like maybe a foot or two above the floor you're standing on, but they're over the hole. Yeah.
Got it. Okay. So
for a storm giant to reach them, he'd be leaning over the hole and touching these symbols.
So I don't know how to get back though if I figure it out. Throck, are you still here? Or are you still in the hole?
Yeah, I wasn't super interested in the bath, so I just let them go.
Okay. So the two small ones are at the baths.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna touch one of the symbols.
Okay, you can just barely reach it without falling.
Okay. Is the next nearest one close enough that I could stick out a leg and try to touch it?
No, but when you touch the one that you can touch, you realize that you're able to slide it around as though it were a physical object on a surface that you could slide around. And when you do so, the view through the opening changes.
Okay, this is fun.
You're moving it's as though you're moving the ground beneath you by sliding this thing around the circle.
I'm gonna do it excessively because it's interesting and fun.
Okay, what you find is as you spin this thing sort of clockwise, you see the ground below you shifting so that your view is moving northwards, further into Jotunheim. And when you move it counterclockwise, your view goes southward, out of Jotunheim towards Lethia.
Okay, I wonder how to go left or right, east or west. So I'm gonna let go of that one and move to another symbol and try moving it around.
It does indeed move you east and west.
Alrighty.
There are more symbols.
Oh, there's more. Then I go to the next one and start moving that around.
It moves your view up and down. When you spin it really far clockwise, it's like zooming in. You see the land from much closer.
Throck, look at this.
The Throck is right there. He sees it.
Yeah.
I'm just excitedly telling him to look at it.
I'm trying to decide if Throck's getting a little seasick from stuff moving around.
Roll Constitution.
I mean, I'm going pretty fast.
Yeah.
I'm
Actually, 11.
Yeah,
Rest.
you're gonna blow chunks right in the corner. No,
Oh.
I mean you can blow chunks wherever you want, but you're gonna blow chunks.
Oh, they're just going right in the hole.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, they are.
For the first time in history, ladies and gentlemen, there is barf on the mountains.
It's probably, I mean,
Spread out over probably a mile.
Oh, yeah.
just crop dusting the whole area.
Yeah.
So Throck is kind of like looking, going, "Oh man, I'm hungry." Grabs a starts
I'm gonna
eating.
stop. I'm gonna stop and like look at him as he did it, and then move to the next symbol and start messing around.
Okay.
How many are there total?
So you find one that moves you north and south, one that moves you east and west, one that moves you up and down, and those three are basically it. But then you see that there are smaller symbols, and they, when you address them, they do the same movements but in more minute detail.
Okay.
So you could target more specific areas.
How far can I zoom in? Can I zoom in to like the point that it looks like I'm 3 feet off the ground?
Yes.
Oh wow.
Well, more like if 20 feet off the ground.
Oh okay. Not a fall that I'm willing to test. Well, 20 feet's not that bad, right?
2d6 is what that is.
That's right. That's how you think about it.
You know the rules, and so do I.
I wish I had another shadow. I mean, I have more shadows. I wish I had more teleports. I'm gonna. Hey, Throck,
Yeah.
give me one of your rocks.
Hold on. Throck, roll perception.
Yep. Wow. 15.
Wow.
Okay. You see something that is outside Darrow's field of view because of the sheer size of this thing. He's operating something meant for someone 3 times as tall as him.
Yeah.
What you see is that when he does zoom in to like the closest this thing can get, the gigantic circle of light in the center of the hole changes from blue to red.
Oh.
I'm still asking for a rock.
Okay. Here you go. A little shiny one there.
All right. I'm gonna chuck the rock through the circle.
You're going to chuck it through the center of the circle in the middle?
Yep.
Okay. The rock passes through the air normally until it hits the level where the magical runes are and passes through that circle, at which point it vanishes and reappears on the ground 20 feet below.
Wait.
I think I got the hang of this thing. And you know what? Wait. Look how crazy he is.
Huh.
Yeah, he jumps. He's just gonna jump.
Wait. Where do you have this thing pointed?
I have no idea.
Oh, excellent.
Oh God. Why do you do this to yourself?
Okay, just a moment. We're gonna do this the fun way.
Oh, great. So you know how we were planning one shots to spill the time for
Yeah.
the absence? We might need that time back.
There has to be a way to come back on this. I didn't think that far ahead, though.
I mean, Throck could blow a horn and.
Roll 1d8, Matt.
Just a 1d8. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Oof.
All right. What color should it be? Green, red, or blue?
Red.
Green.
Red. All right. 6.
Okay.
Oh God. Which one of the countries does he land in?
Now, roll any dice and tell me if it's odd or even.
Even.
You land in the desert.
Oh.
As you pass through the opening, the world around you just sort of shoots up for a second, and you land without impact, without any harm to your person, standing in the sands of a burning hot desert.
I'm gonna look around, and do I see anything obvious, or is it just desert as far as I can see?
The landscape is almost red. It is of such heat. And you look to the north. There are what look like cliff faces off in the distance. To the south, you see only flat sand. To the west, you see sand dunes, but far, far in the distance, high mountains. And if you squint, you think perhaps snow caps on some of the farthest mountains. But if you look east, you see just on the edge of the horizon a city.
I'm gonna look up and try to see if I could see the cloud that I came from.
Nah. Clear,
Like wave, like
clear sky.
Dope.
rock.
Throck,
Hello?
you can still see Darrow.
Hey.
He's right there.
I.
Darrow is not responding. He clearly cannot see you.
Huh. He
Maybe I
can't see me.
shouldn't have
Wait.
left. Rock.
You said he can't see me, right?
As far as you can tell, he cannot.
Okay. So I just figured that he just can't really see me well enough. So I try to get his attention by throwing a rock at him.
Okay, Darrow, roll a deck save.
Pretty good actually. 22.
Okay, so you feel a tiny force pushing down on you for just a split second, and you're able to just jump out of the way instinctively, at which point a rock appears on the ground where you were just standing.
I recognize that rock. It's the one I gave Throck in the cave.
Oh man, I threw my favorite rock again.
Hell yeah, it is.
So I'm gonna grab it and I'm gonna like hold it up towards Throck, and then I'm gonna toss it up and then watch it fall back down.
Yeah,
like-
that's exactly what happens.
So do I see the rock go up? Like, does it like?
You see it
Or-
go up. Darrow throws it as high as he can, but it doesn't come high enough to get like back through the opening.
Man, you're just not strong enough. I know. Hey, so Throck yells back, just yells in there. Come back up.
I'm already down there, like,
You don't hear him.
realizing I probably shouldn't have left Throck alone.
Is Oven
Yeah,
in the room, like watching Throck do all this?
I believe Oven's taking a bath.
Yeah.
Did she actually said that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
she went where you went. She's
No,
probably
we're not in the same bath.
No, different baths.
We're
You each had
definitely not.
there were 4 rooms available, but only 2 of you went. I'm sure at this point Oven has drunk half her body weight in wine.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna realize how hot it is and how interesting my predicament is, and I'm going to draw in the sand like a E, like I'm going east, because that's where the city was, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna draw east and then an arrow, and then like a what looks like a little bit of a city in the sand, and then
Okay.
I'm gonna just start walking that direction.
Throck, you lose sight of Darrow as he passes outside the range of what you can see through the opening.
Throck like tries to look around, kind of.
Unfortunately, I would
Yeah.
go there and help, but Raylan's probably far gone already, in the bath.
You're probably half
Well-
asleep at this point.
Yeah.
Don't drown.
So
Oven at this point, having
Throck.
drunk half her body weight in wine and hanging out in what is essentially a hot tub,
Yeah.
makes the drunken but smart decision to wander out.
All right. Did you get dressed first?
Nope.
That's what I thought. Are you deliberately going back where you were to look for the guys?
Yep.
Okay.
Do you dry off at least, or are you just leaving a trail of water?
Just leave the trail of water.
Throck, in a situation
Yeah.
completely unremarkable to an Urman,
yeah.
soaking wet, naked Oven comes staggering into the
Well-
room.
Well, you see what you see is you see the big rock down on the floor with a rope tied around it and a bucket on the end of the rope, and Throck throwing the bucket into the hole.
Oh, he's seen this before.
All right.
That was how we got down into the hole.
Darrow, you turn around when you hear the impact of a bucket into the sand. And you see a
At this
rope
point-
leading up 20 feet into the air where it inexplicably fades from sight. In a way, like you looking at it, you feel like the rope clearly continues upwards, but you can't quite tell where it goes.
Oven at this point, in her drunken state, having seen a bucket go down a hole,
Yes. Yes.
And I don't know this,
Yes.
and I'm already like
Yes.
walking back to the rope.
Darrow is leaning over the bucket, looking into it.
This is so much better.
I will ask for a death save, though.
Oven,
she's in the hole.
because you are not able to pee in the exact center of the opening through the little red circle, your pee does not appear on top of Darrow. It instead falls out the hole and spreads into the atmosphere above the desert. And one tiny droplet hits Darrow on the back of the neck.
There we go.
You have no idea what it is.
Is it raining?
Oven, when you try to pull your pants up, you suddenly realize you're not wearing any.
Have my clothes come back yet?
At which
No.
point, I'm gonna stumble back towards the baths
Yeah.
to go get my clothes.
Okay. Your clothes are still dirty.
That's fine.
Okay. Raylan, your clothes are absent.
But they haven't come back yet?
No, it hadn't been that long.
Actually, you know what Avana is gonna do? Is she's gonna dunk her clothes in the bath.
Oh gosh, you remember what color black is supposed to be? When all the caked mud and grime breaks off of it? And like, it really only takes a few layers off. Like, you'd have to really scrub to get them clean. But like, you're suddenly remembering like the water's brown now. You suddenly remember, this is not what the clothes looked like when you got them.
Raylan is still waiting naked for his clothes. In the bath.
The cloud guys keep coming in and pouring more hot water in to keep the temperature up.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right,
Climbing
so
up the rope at this
I
point.
wonder how everyone else is doing.
Darrow, climbing up the rope, when you get to where it starts to disappear, you find like almost like a physical resistance as you try to reach your hand up. If you move your hand too far from the rope and reach up, it just passes through like empty air. But if you try to like slide your hand up the rope, it's like there's something pushing against you, but it's not impenetrable. If you force your way, you might be able to get up.
I would like to force my way.
Roll an athletics check.
I will roll an athletics check.
Throck's just watching. Just watching.
Not even pulling the rope. God, some friends.
Well, no, I mean,
That's tempting.
obviously you deserve a chance first.
17.
Throck,
Nice.
Nice.
roll a deck save.
Okay. Nope. What, like 11? Yeah.
Okay, Throck. Darrow shoots up through the
Well-
hole like he's... Wait, what?
Hang on. It's something that I can see or hear or not.
It is.
Okay. Well then, 20.
Darrow shoots up through the opening like a bullet from a gun, and you, acting reflexively, just shoot your arm out and catch him by the wrist before he falls back through the hole, and pull him over and set him down. I assume. You can just hold him out there if you want.
Oh no! You know what? I'm just gonna hold him out there for a minute.
All right, you got him by the wrist.
Hey.
Oh.
Dar.
That was nuts. You can bring me back over to the edge.
Do you want to go back down, or do you want?
No. Over to you. Just set me down next to you,
Oh,
please.
okay. Yep.
Okay, so Darrow, I'm sure you got it, but I just want to clarify the things you've discovered. The markings in the air are controls for targeting. If you jump into the hole at any random spot, you're going to fall from whatever height the thing appears to be at. But if you are able to get it all the way zoomed in and then jump through the circle in the center, which is a few yards from the edge, then you will be teleported down. And as
Yes,
far
it's
as
the
you
getting back
know,
up.
the only way you've discovered to get back up is climbing the rope.
Yeah, that's the thing I don't like.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to figure this out. I bet Throck, I bet you could just ask to be back up.
Should I try?
I mean, you can climb a rope. If it doesn't work. Also, did you try to pour water out or spit on me or something?
No.
Avin, you can return at this point.
Yeah.
All dressed up again, still drunk as hell.
At this
Dripping
point, Raylan sends a message to Throck and says, "Can you ask if my clothes are ready yet?" This is Raylan, by the way.
Actually, Raylan, no sooner have you sent that message than the cloud guy comes in holding your clothes totally clean.
Oh my god.
Like,
Please.
you're not sure, but they might look better than they did the day you bought them.
Can you please describe the smell on the clothes now?
Oh man, it's like honey and lavender, and like a spring day.
Give me a moment.
So
Zalios gets physically weaker while Raylan smells this.
but here's what happens. Hey, boy with a girl's name. Don't worry, I'll get him for you. Bring me boy with a girl's name's clothes.
While you're smelling them, Raylan, they get yanked out of your grasp and float down the hallway in the hands of this cloud servant.
Wait. And Raylan runs after him naked.
All right, so the three of you are in the targeting chamber when the cloud giant comes in with Raylan's clothes, and Raylan comes running in naked.
Where's my clothes?
Soaking wet. For the second time in 20 minutes, a naked, soaking wet person comes running into the room.
It's just a Tuesday.
After a couple seconds, like, Raylan's still pretty drunk and he realizes what's
happening.
happening.
No, you're not. Rod is.
Right.
You are stone cold sober.
Oh, yeah, that's true. What does Rod say?
He's snoring loudly, like an old man with health issues.
Okay. Oh. It's like, and Raylan kind of goes, oh, and just grabs like the nearest thing and covers his jewels. He just goes, Throck, can you tell him to give me my clothes?
Raylan, roll Constitution.
Okay. Whoa. Okay, that's gonna be 22.
All right, you know what? You're fine. You don't feel any particular rush to cover the jewels.
Okay, all right. I was in that water for a long time.
Yeah, it was hot. It was warm water.
Yeah. So, anyways, Raylan still kind of like chases the guy who has the clothes.
He's giving them to Throck.
It's like, Throck, give me those.
Oh, hey, boy with a girl's name. Yeah, I found her clothes.
Raylan goes like this. And just kind of like runs out real quick.
Comes back completely dignified and dressed. As though nothing that just happened.
God.
And Raylan says, so, do we ever figure out what this room does?
Yep. We're just trying to figure out how to undo what this room does.
Okay.
Go for it, Throck.
What? Oh, yeah. So you do? Am I gonna? So I just go.
Yep.
Right through there. Okay, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So Throck goes
and then
ahead.
when you come back, or when you're down there, ask to come back up here, or ask for your cloud friends or something.
Hey, wait, what?
And if that doesn't work, then climb the rope.
Okay, I got to be honest. There are way too many steps in what you just said.
Mm-hmm.
Step 1, jump and hole. Step 2, ask for your cloud. Try to get up here by asking your cloud friends.
So like say, hey, can I come back up?
Yep.
Okay.
Or yeah, just try something.
Oven.
Back up. I'd like to go up.
Roll a dexterity save. You, Oven, roll a dexterity save.
He's stumbling drunk one.
Yikes. All right, y'all, pray for me.
To which god?
Arathis, hello.
Oh God.
What'd you get?
8.
Oh,
Okay, you guys see Avon, apparently unaware of where she even is, just sort of stagger and stumble at full speed towards the opening.
Oh, this is so much better than I had hoped.
am I
Wait.
close enough to try to catch her? before she
Yeah,
goes
you
in?
all are.
All right, I'm gonna go for it.
Okay, make
I'm gonna see if Throck notices.
make a dexterity check, Doro.
Yeah. Check is different than a save, right?
Correct.
That will be 18.
You grab her. Make an athletics check to see if you can stop her.
Oh Jesus, I don't think I'm gonna pass that. I don't have any bonus to athletics. Yeah. Yeah. 3.
3. You slow her down a little, but now you're both going over.
Right, but Throck noticed that they were were falling. Which actually rolled perception and got a 17, so I figure I'd probably
Yeah, you saw it. You didn't need to
Yeah.
roll perception.
Yeah. Well, just in case. And then I got a nat 20 to try to stop them from.
Okay, that nat 20 can be your dexterity check to grab them,
That's fine.
and now an athletics check to actually stop them.
Okay, here we go.
We're all going down.
Yeah, this is gonna be great. Oh no. I don't think anybody's going anywhere. 20. Nope, sorry. Hang on. 29, I believe right now. Or maybe that's 30 actually. No, it's 29. It's 29.
So it's 29.
All right, well, you have exceeded the required 15.
It's 29.
And so, Avon, you're not even aware of what just happened except that Daro's touching you. Daro, you saw Avon go, and you grabbed her, but she was going too fast, and you were at an awkward angle, and you just couldn't bring it together. But you slowed it down enough for Throck to just go, thunk, and stop both of you.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's actually
back
got
and go.
Avon by the same shoulder you do, so he's got his hand over your hand, and he's just stopped both of you.
Yeah, and I pull both of you back and like step 1, rock. And the rock goes through.
Okay, I assume you're deliberately jumping for the circle in the middle.
Sure.
Yeah, okay. So you find yourself in the desert next to the bucket.
Yeah.
And your rock that's still on the ground.
Oh,
And the rock, the special one.
Oh, that was my favorite rock.
Yeah.
Oh man, almost lost that. Yeah, put that in a bag. The same one right on top, so that I accidentally grab it every single time. Of course, probably. But, so then look around. Let's see here. What was it that Dollar said? Hey, how do I get up? Can I get in there? Can I come in? Can I go back to the cloud place? Can you give me a hand here? Anything?
I can't hear what he's saying, right? So I don't even know if he's saying the right things or if he's saying anything.
You can hear him.
Oh, okay. He can't hear us.
Correct.
Yeah. I think I did it. I don't.
You
think
remain in the desert by a bucket.
Yep. Well, And what was I supposed to do next? Let's see. Oh, Dar drew in the sand. So that's probably what I need to. And so Throck starts drawing in the sand.
Roll an intelligence check.
Yep. Nope. Nat 20.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so 18.
You manage to
18.
copy Dar's arrow and draw 3 other perfect arrows pointing in the other 3 directions.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh god.
And
Yeah,
three other E's.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I guess I'll. What do you do next? Climb the rope. Okay. So we'll climb the rope.
All right. You get to where the rope disappears. Roll the athletics check.
Oh, my heart is not in it tonight. Just a 14.
Okay. All 3 of everyone else roll a dex save.
Damn it. 5.
21.
Gonna use luck.
Sorry, dex save. I'm using just regular dex. It's even more. It's 24.
I failed.
Okay.
I'm gonna go ahead and use my. I can use my inspiration, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
16.
16. Throck comes shooting up through the hole, wearing all the bags, holding the maul, and just flailing like a toddler being thrown through the air. And like a 6'7" toddler. Darrow, you see him there, and you leap out into the air and snatch him and fail to affect his trajectory in any way. Oven, you are able to snatch Darrow's leg, and Throck starts to fall right back down through the opening, taking Darrow with him. Oven, roll a nearly impossible athletics check.
Oh god.
Yes.
Oh god, why?
Because I said.
Because I said so.
16.
Okay. You save Darrow. Throck takes 2d6 damage, falling back down to the ground without going through the correct portion of the opening.
Nice.
7 bludgeoning.
I just
Okay.
want you guys to know that my athletics bonus is a -1.
The negative.
While in a fit of drunken power, you grab Darrow's pant leg and just yank. But the angle is such that instead of the pants coming off, Darrow gets pulled to the side and manages to land half on the edge of the hole while Throck falls
welcome.
through.
And Oven does that. You're welcome.
And then Oven throws up.
Yup.
Throck, you're back in the desert. You're still by the bucket.
Yep. Yeah, that. I'm not really sure if that worked or not. There was this. Yeah. Maybe I should try it again.
Okay.
Why not? What else have I got to do? So we'll climb here.
Okay, roll that athletics check.
So my heart is still not in it.
Oh god.
Another 14.
Okay, but this time, because you've done this before, you know what to expect. Throck, you can roll a dex save.
Okay.
Try and catch yourself somehow.
Nope. 7.
Anyone else want to try and help Throck?
Can I?
Used up all the good rolls.
Yeah, you
I'm
can
still
roll it,
getting
Raylan.
off the ground, so
Will 13 help?
13 will allow you to grab him.
Okay.
But without a very good athletics check, you're either going to have to let go or be pulled down with him.
Oh. 17?
You manage to reach out just with the tips of your fingers, grab Throck by the cloak, and yank him towards where the rope extends from the edge of the hole to go down through the center of the hole. And Throck, Raylan cannot pull you to the side, but he can pull you to where you grab the rope and pull yourself over to the side.
Whew.
Yeah, that's easy.
Yeah.
So we still haven't figured out how to come back.
Yeah, we did.
Sort of.
All right. I know it's not the usual cliffhanger that we like to end on, but it's 11:30.
Oh, yes.
I
So,
mean, it's kind of a cliffhanger. We got to figure out how
I
to
mean,
get
you guys
out
literally
of
were
that.
hanging off stuff, so whatever. Oven's
Well, it's-
drunk. Rod's drunk. Oven and Raylan
I'm-
are both soaking wet. Throck
I'm fine.
is
I'm
injured.
fine to stay here for like a month. It's fine.
Yeah, I know.
Darrow's been peed on.
Darrow got peed on.
Hey,
A
you
little
guys have made progress investigating thing here. Good job. No combat this week, but I felt like there was a lot to go through, so we'll be back in approximately 5 weeks. We're going to see how this goes.
I might have Fridays off, so it might still work out, but we'll see.
We'll see. Next week, Joshua will be celebrating his anniversary with his wife, so
Yep.
whether Matt's here or not, Joshua definitely
Happy
won't be.
anniversary.
Yeah. How many years is that?
4?
4? Did you phrase that
Yeah.
as a question?
Yeah, I did. Yeah. of
Oh,
course.
she can be
She doesn't watch the show.
Yeah, so it's okay.
Unless you call and
how
tell
close,
her.
How close is she sitting, though?
Not close. So yeah, we're good. No, I she already knows how terrible I am with dates.
Uh-huh.
And that's why she's such an understanding person, and you
Yes.
get along so well.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Because she's a better
And-
person than you.
And yeah, pretty much.
You're the sitcom husband. You're not supposed to actually forget how long you've been married.
No. I unlike Throck, can map it.
Uh-huh. Well, you know the date. That's good at least.
I know the date.
Yeah.
And I can map it from there.
All right,
So-
all right. So anyway, next week Joshua's got his wedding anniversary, so we will not be seeing him. Matt may or may not be here, but the rest of us plus Sarah will be playing in Survive the Night, a completely separate tabletop RPG run by guest GM Brian Crenshaw, who is the writer of that game, and we're very grateful to him coming on and helping us experience something new. The following 3 weeks, we will be doing additional one-shots, after which I believe we'll all be back and ready to resume exploring the Sky Palace of Throck. All right, so if you aren't already, please go join our Discord. There's a link below the video you're watching. We really appreciate everyone tuning in And we'll see you all next week when we survive the night.
See you guys next week.
Or not.
Bye.
Bye.
Or fail to survive the night, perhaps. Yes.
Or fell. Yeah.
All right.
Not a
Good night.
guarantee.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.